Gator gets a great jump out into the front. He grabbed a gear, caught Jimmy Atkins between gears, but Jimmy, I think, was actually just aiming to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Lubno's trapped on the outside. Dale Nichols bypasses the 2018 champ down the backstretch and into turn number 4. Lubno gets down in the 5th spot. He said it looked like you're going to have to get on the gut right off the bat, and they are doing so. Tim Wilson now right behind the Hester Motorsports 29 machine. Driver Jimmy Atkins behind the wheel tonight. He was the teammate to Randy Akers Jr. last year, if you remember, out here in the Super Street Series. So he also making the jump to the Grand Stocks in 2019. Wilson looking to the bottom. Gator's car a little bit tight on entry that time in turn number 1. Maybe drove it in about a half a car length too deep. He's got to back out the throttle a little bit. JR looking to the bottom half of the track, trying to get by Kevin Morgan down the back stretch, and will do so. JR Smith taking over the 7th spot, I believe, on the racetrack. Tim Wilson in the 2nd, the 17 car bypasses Jimmy Atkins. No need to driving it that hard this early right now. And so Atkins goes ahead and delivers the 2nd spot to the 17 car driver. Now Paul Lubno decides he's going to come up and start knocking on the old chrome horns and shooting it into the back end of the 29 machine, letting him know maybe a little quicker and actually just trying to get some laps under his belt in 2019. Amanda pulls to the bottom of the track. Satterley Gregory doing just a perfect thing, getting seat time, getting these laps in, letting the leaders go. Then she'll go ahead and get more time. Kevin Morgan on pit road already having troubles with the number 1 machine. He said still kicking it old school with the old school kind of body on the machine. Brother goes down there. Looks like they're going to try to make an adjustment to the rear end of the machine, but he's easily going to lose a lap down here as the leaders blister off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. A 4-car train heads down into turn number 1. Sammy Gator, the head engine on that locomotive, off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Tim Wilson wants that top spot, starts inching in. Jimmy Atkins almost catches a bit of concrete off of turn number 2. Lubno goes to the inside of his machine. Here comes the 14 car into 3rd spot. Atkins' car getting a little bit loose on exit, not really settling down in the track. Needs a little bit more spring or a little bit more of a shock rebound on the right rear to really get that car in. You can see it actually rolling over a little bit. Here comes Wilson. He's to the inside. A battle for the lead ensues off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Tim Wilson to the bottom of the track. Give the 17 car the lead. Lubno fills the hole. Gator's trapped up top. Off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch now. Paul Lubno up in the 2nd spot. Sammy Gator goes from 1st to 3rd in a matter of a couple of laps. They go around Satterley's 51 machine. She gives way to the lead machines down the front stretch as they head on. Now Michael Waters starting to make a little bit of a noise coming up from 5th. He's starting to close in on those top 4 machines. 9 laps in out of this 40-lap event. Will be a quarter of the way done when they hit the stripe this time by. Tim Wilson in the 17 car is your leader. Morgan back on pit road. Kevin Morgan still having troubles with his number 1 machine. His brother Matt Morgan driving in our modified series in his number 98 machine. We'll see him in action next Friday night here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway for the Larry King Law Modifieds. Defending champ Sean Maluzzo will be on hand. Matt Carter with a beautiful race car. He'll be ready to try to go for a championship in 2019. 11 laps on the board right now for these Pepsi Grand Stocks. Right now tonight, Pomoco night at the races. Pomoco.com. Look at all their different dealerships. You saw all the different automobiles they had out here. Everything from Dodge to Mitsubishi. And he said he had an Alfa Romeo and they sold it in the parking lot before they could even do the parade lap tonight. But you can go to Pomoco.com and check out everything, especially those Nissans. Satterley sees the leaders start coming. She'll get the call in her headset to let her know that the leaders are coming once again. Tim Wilson in the 17 machine. Paul Lubno in the 14 machine. Then it's the 24, Sammy Gator, the 29 of Jimmy Atkins, and the 2 of Michael Waters. That is your top 5 machines out on the racetrack as Tim Wilson and Paul Lubno start to stretch it out on the rest of the field. A 2-car breakaway 14 laps into this event. Lubno still honking the old chrome horn a little bit on the center of the corner, and on entry, he's able to close in on Tim Wilson. These two put on a whale of a battle in 2018 and a couple of races out here. Lubno winning the bunch of the races, but Tim Wilson finally claiming that win towards the end of the season that really solidified their working on that 17 car, making it better and better every week in 2018 for the Pepsi Grand Stocks. Off of turn number 4 come the Pepsi Grand Stock leaders, the 17 of Tim Wilson. and Paul Lubno in that 14 blue machine. Smitty's Betterburger definitely happy with their driver in 2018 winning the track championship. Still blazoned on the quarter panels of that 14 car. J.R. Smith still turning laps out here. The top two starting to run away a little bit, but once again, we haven't even hit the halfway mark yet. We're trying to get the lap number 20 at least to get halfway, and that might be just what Sammy Gaeta might have got the call across the radio, as well as Jimmy Atkins. Michael Waters now closing in on Jimmy Atkins' 29 machine. He's gotten himself within 3 car lengths down in turns 3 and 4 of that machine. As Lubno now tries to thread the middle around the lap car, sadly, but he can't do it. He's right on the back bumper cover of the 17 down the back stretch. Wilson gets a great exit off of turn number 2. Lubno has to wait and be patient one more time. Looks like J.R. Smith coming down pit road, maybe going ahead and having some issues or something, or going ahead and retiring from the event for the 71 car. Also coming down pit road, looks like it is the 29 machine. Jimmy Atkins having troubles. So this field really shaking up all of a sudden now. We went from a 5-car battle for the top spot to the top 3 taking off, and Michael Waters was just about to catch the 29 car, which looks like it's overheated now and having issues, so he's going to go ahead and call it done. Atkins already got the gloves off in the car, but he knew he had a good hot rod, so very disappointed as he gets ready to climb out of Rick Hester's machine down here on pit road. Top 2 still Tim Wilson out in front of Paul Lubno. The 24 machine hanging right there with him of Sammy Gaeta, not letting him get too far out. About a half a straightaway now between those cars. Lubno rolls in the corner and puts a shot from the old woodshed to the back into the 17 machine of Wilson. Makes him push up the corner in the center. Here comes Lubno drawing even. He drops down to the bottom of the track. The Constant Pro down off of turn number 4 will lead his first lap at lap number 23, clicking off on the board. Paul Lubno takes control, 40 laps the distance for the Pepsi Grand Stocks. After this, it'll be the Boogity Boogity Bus. Chief will bring all the kids out and take them around for a couple of laps and have a little bit of fun on the Boogity Boogity Bus. Wilson not letting that 14 car get but so far away as they come down into turn number 1 and swing off, trying to see if he can still hang in the tire tracks of that machine to try to make a challenge back for the top spot. Because once again, 40 laps is the distance and only 25 will be done when they hit the stripe this time. Still plenty of racing to go. Lubno being trapped for a few laps back there at the early conditions of the race might actually be a positive for him and be able to let him have fresh tires for this last little bit of a run and be able to stay out front with the Smitty's Betterburger number 14 machine. The Wilson Auto Sales 17 car running in the 2nd spot, and the front line Vapes 24 Sammy Gaeta running in the 3rd position. Clicking off these 40 laps. Once again, 100 laps, our night's finale for the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series late model stock cars. Grand stock machines for Pepsi working around the racetrack. Tim Wilson doing everything he can to try to hang with Paul Lubno. Lubno being a tough character though. Trying to tame that machine is a little bit tough with that driver the way he did in 2018, and now he's starting to spread a little daylight or moonlight between himself and Tim Wilson. The 14 machine out front, handling the pressure like the champ he is, the defending champion, Paul Lubno, taking care of business. Michael Waters all by his lonesome running in the 4th spot. No competition around him. Dale Nichols right behind him. They have been going pretty good here. 30 laps, only 9 circuits left as Lubno hits the start-finish line. Amanda Satterley once again giving way to the number 2 machine of Michael Waters. Gaeta now starting to go ahead and mount his challenge for the front machines and see what he can do about trying to catch up to at least Tim Wilson's 17 machine. That battle continues down in turns 3 and 4. Leaders going down the front stretch. Lubno in the 14, Wilson in the 17, and Gaeta in the 24. Just about evenly separated. That time Wilson caught the lap car at the wrong spot. Cost him about a car length to the 24 machine of Gaeta, but he gains it right back. Great separation between these Pepsi Grand Stocks right now. The 14 of Paul Lubno still leading the way. Lubno, I think, over 100 wins here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway in his career at this 4/10 mile facility. Looking to clock up off another one and put another notch in the belt of the driver of the 14 machine. I believe after this race we have the, I want to say the Legend Series, and then the U-Cars, and then the late models. I believe our last 3 events of the night here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway Pomoco Auto Group night at the races. Three more circuits when the leaders make their way off of turn 4 and come across the stripe this time. Paul Lubno, familiar sight from 2018. He's been able to stay out front tonight. Took him a little while to get there, but once he did, he hasn't looked back, and he's been able to keep himself out front and in command in that number 14 machine, working his way through turns 3 and 4 one more time. Move over flag being given to a lap machine down the front stretch. Once again on fanschoice.tv, these Grand Stock machines putting on a whale of a show here tonight. Waiting to see what's going to happen with the Legends. A bunch of Legend cars here tonight to put on a show for Cycle City Corp and INEX. The NX Series INEX national title hunt. Some of these drivers, white flag already unfurled from Shane Snyder atop the flag stand. Watches your leader come down through turn 3, off of turn 4, and checkered flag will wave over Paul Lubno. And perfect timing, because here he comes out the winner, race fans, Paul Lubno. Coroner J.R. Smith coming over, congratulating the driver of the James and Lee Realty, Sharon Hare, Charlie High Race Engines, Sawyer Automotive. It's a lot of them, so let me keep on digging. Mason Brown and the Shiners Fraternal Order of Eagles, Gene Nichols, Carburetors, Distributors, and Rear End, Smitty's Better Burger. That's right, and PC Doctors all the way around this car for Paul Lubno, getting it done once again. Out here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Let's go around the front side of the car, buddy. Getting all the tire temps and everybody. Hi, Adeline. How you doing? And Olin down here with Adeline, his granddaughter from Pomoco. He's the Dodge and Hampton manager. Here we go. We're getting everything but, man, Paul Lubno, you said you had to hit the button right off the bat, but you got caught on the outside, dropped almost to 5th, got just in line in time, and then just slowly made your way and had to finally give a little bit of the shot to the pants to the 17.
Yeah, I mean, I did get into him a little bit hard at one time. My back rolled back out, let him get straightened up, and then we went back to racing like we should do it. And like I said, I got to thank my crew. I mean, they give me a good race car, a handling race car. It's a blast to drive. But, yeah, I need to thank my sponsors, Smitty's Better Burger. They had a fire at their facility, and they're working on it to get it rebuilt. And hopefully in about 2 or 3 months, they'll be selling hamburgers and french fries again. And I want to thank the Fraternal Order of Eagles. I want to thank Mason Brown and the Shiners, Charlie High for building one strong motor. And I want to thank Sharon Hare, James and Lee Realty. And I want to thank PC Doctor. He's my guy that's in my ear while I'm racing. I think that's it.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, man.
Gene Nichols, Rear Ends and Carburetor. And I want to thank Chris Florin. He helped me out this week, and I want to get a big thank you out to him and his sons for everything they do for me.
There you go.
And I want